Running along.
It just teleports to 70. So only small green, but I will be aggressive on the resumption. Uh, let's see how it does. But I need to be accurate here though. Only if you can have a time machine, right? I mean, the amount of if anybody's to ever have a time machine, this is the space to be in when it comes to monetary gains. The Teslas, the Amazons, the YELL, right? I mean, geez, to go back in time and just, hey, 10,000 shares, 26, and then to the moon. But of course, that's fantasy. So we have to try and do our best here in the moment and react as best as we can, be as disciplined as we can, and try and get the right entries. All right, let me prep. Let me also do some quick analysis in case there's resistance coming up. Let me get it on my middle monitor, which I prefer. That way I don't have to be looking off to the side. BJDX. Just make sure to adjust size accordingly so that we don't have any mistakes. Okay, there's room to 425 or so, and then $5, which is good. We halted up on a bear trap, big volume, which is also good. I think this might mean business. Time, my math, 02 or 12 and 35 seconds. 12 and 35 seconds. I had somebody tell me yesterday my audio has been lower. If you guys can let me know, I can increase my volume. But sometimes what's happening is that on different days, like my energy is a little different. So sometimes I'll be louder, sometimes I'll be lower. And I guess here. See, that type of wick on this candle is just not good. They're at their computer. Good fill there. Small seller 99 though. Can we break? We will. Once the first one covers, that's it. Can we see that happen? Can the first short seller decide to cover with you know, some sort of size? 98. But we have to keep pressing up at 10 for that to happen. 98. I'll take a scratch trade. Time 19. There's 40 seconds left in this candle. Right now they're squeezing, I can feel it. They're at their computers trembling, hoping that the stock doesn't go. So if this starts to go, I'm sizing up. If it starts to go, I will size up aggressively, and you know, can we see something? Selling is soft here, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Okay, maybe not. The candle is pulling back too much, so maybe they're gonna get a victory here. See, that type of wick on this candle is just not good. So it's not over yet, but the bulls are looking like, I don't know, part of me is just hoping so much that the stock does go. I don't feel disappointed or anything, but it would be nice to see a nice move, you know. That's the goal, really. Big volume, but still not going. Okay, I'm gonna grab my chair. Man, oh man, oh man. UPWK. Let's check it out. Well, it's looking like it sold off a little bit. For me, I wouldn't really trade this type of stock because it's so far below VWAP and other moving averages. IELL. So anybody who caught the move at VWAP is big green. Everybody else might have gotten choppy trades. It's like this huge flag kind of still going on here. So I'm still watching, still being patient. Just, it's just a little tricky. Like I'm very specific about how I want to take certain setups. Like, I'm thinking if I want to give this a chance for a 5-minute setup. But I really and truly don't like taking it under this circumstance. So I'm not going to, but like maybe scalp trades if it makes sense in the moment, but everything needs to be proper. TTOO. Of course, I'm missing it. The usual. I've stopped rotating and I'm missing everything. Ay, ay, ay. Such a nice move. And now it's extended. And everything today, after this first move, has just been failing. So what is this one going to do? Can this one hold up and keep going? Perhaps small size. There's a lot of buying here, but let's see. Maybe I take it. Oh no, no, no. What's that? So maybe it pulls back then. What I was watching there for was to see if it would just continue going up, but it doesn't seem like it. And then YELL is making a new low here around 70. Low of 65. Looks like it might be coming down. I don't know. Should I stop here while I still have something? $27. Can still buy some gas, right? Days like today, I tell you. I think I need to be more careful. Just in terms of size, Like I still feel like we haven't found the stock of the day. Maybe that's TTOO right now, but nothing has really gotten up there and continued. All the buying in the world and still struggling. A lot of sellers there though. I was late. I was a little late, but let's see if this does flush down a little bit. It's good to know that they have shares here though. Aye, aye. It didn't flush down, so it didn't seem like it needed a pullback. It's just a little choppy in this area. I do like that YELL curled back up. Bro, come on. I'm actually having a, maybe I need to look at the level 2 within the 100 of the penny. I'm having a hard time reading this level 2. What was that? There's a seller coming up, 292,000 shares. They're buying it, and they're bought up. We have to capitalize on this if it's gonna keep going like this. I'm gonna get active. You know, I'm gonna get active. I'm gonna get active with it. I'm gonna get a little active with it. I'm gonna size up too, and you'll see. Because maybe this is the stock of the day, right? All right, time. Well, we still want a proper entry at the same time. Not a matter of just buying wildly, as we know. Come on, talk to me nice. Or, well, looks like that might have been it. 30 seconds left in the candle. Ay, ay, ay. Thought that was too high to buy, but it wasn't. Candle's about to close. There it is. Man, these stocks, I tell you, it's so, the range is so limited. The range is so limited. I probably have to trade like 3 million shares plus here to like actually see some decent gains, which is a lot of trading, and also a lot of risk too, right? There we go. It's coming back up some more. I'm not in. How's the 5 minute chart looking? Maybe that's what I need, is a proper 5 minute setup, and then I'll have to execute. That could be good. And maybe I can use some big boy size here. RETO, halted up, actually with decent volume. Maybe there's something here. You know what? Similar to yesterday, CXAI, similar to yesterday, maybe I trade this resumption, and if I can get green, maybe that's the day for me, right?
We've got to fight.
Stop the bleeding. So if we can get a good I mean, yeah, the thing is with sticking around, sometimes I don't mind doing it. It's a matter of being patient, waiting. So we'll see. But if this could be good, maybe that could just be we just call it and say, hey, that's a day. Let me see, when were we halted? 36. Okay. So 41 and 42. So for those of you watching on YouTube, guys, be sure to hit the thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up, hit that thumbs up. Yeah, YELL, I still have it up here. Quite the red to green on that breakdown. And if I mean, I don't know if anybody was watching it below VWAP, but I don't like the sub VWAP trades. It came as low as 356. Well, let's say the first low was at 356. And we had a low of 60. Before that, we had a low at 74. But, still holding up. It's unfortunate that the dip trades are not really, and that's what allows me to be more profitable on some days, is that the scalps are working and the pullback trades are working. Like on this one, I'm having a hard time with the pullback trades. Scalp trades are tricky. So while I could be green, it's already as hard as can be. It's like even more difficult. But there are some people who are better at watching the sub VWAP entries. Again, I don't really like them. I don't even give them a chance really. But if you're watching it down there, you could probably be in again, and then taking along. So we'll put another circle here. It's like anybody who bought in the first circle or the second circle definitely made some money, right? I mean, even down here for the dip. So the dips have been holding up well, all things considered. But hard to identify, hard to recognize, tricky to hold long in some of the areas. But cutting the chatter, sizing down, getting ready for this resumption. 41. Good thing that short didn't go through. I'd have lost 15 cents instantly. Ooh, look at that buyer. 300,000. Now the question is, the, the, the question is it real? I just bought just, instincts, but I want to see shares getting filled. Let's see if shares gets filled. 311,000 shares. Okay. Well, that's quite a bit. That's a bit, all right. That's a bit. We haven't seen a bid like that in a long time. So let's see if it comes down to fill shares, and if the shares are getting filled, then we know it's a real order. But buying like that, I accept the risk. If I buy and it just flushes down on me, then okay, take the loss and move on. It's what I'm also realizing here and watching at is that it's not continuously going higher. So yeah, sometimes when there's a buyer that big, the stock just flies. It's not flying, so like what's going on here, right? You got to bring out the magnifying glass. What's happening here? The high of the last candle was 50. And I am also now green. I could consider, and they canceled the order, so it's probably a fake order, is my guess. Why in the world are you putting out 300,000 shares if you're going to cancel? I'm going to size down. Who puts out 300,000 shares and then cancels? That doesn't sound right. Okay, I'm grateful for that green. I think that's it, man. I'm gonna just walk away. The other stock I did mention, the 5-minute setup. We could look at it. It doesn't look bad. What's the low of the last? 42. And we got 42.54. It's a high pullback though, considering the breakout. And the 5-minute candle making new high is 43. No, I think I might be done, man. I think that's it. I don't know. It's just such a terrible day in terms of just something holding up. To this point, there's still no stock of the day, and it's 10:46. Like, what's going on here? So, should I just shut it down? And speaking of TTOO, it is pushing up a little bit. Just like yesterday, my instincts, I'm gonna stick to it. I'm just gonna hit the X. That's it. I'm gonna get out of here whilst the going is good. Can something come and be strong? Oh shoot. Why? Oh no. Why ELL? Jeez. Oh wow. What terrible timing. I didn't check everything. I can still trade it here. Let me pull it up on this other broker. Oh my gosh. I'll have to sign back in. Yeah, that was bad timing. So that's why you always have to do a rotation at the end. Why ELL, man? Looking good. But I missed the beautiful break of 4. And right, as mentioned, 410 is such a key level here. Short sellers could get squeezed. Better late than never if it's going to happen now. 12. Filled me at 14. Come on now. Cover, cover, cover. Where are those bulls? KB, KB, this is it for the bulls. Can we see YELL fly here? Where are those bulls? Can we see something here? Can we take a trip to Pluto, to Mars? I'm gonna look to hold this a little longer if I can. To Pluto and to Mars, to Jupiter. I missed that last push by a millisecond. You know, guys like Raphael, who's a big short seller in our Discord right now, in areas like this, you know, this is where the sweat start going down the side of their head, because if this gets through 25, it's very possible, maybe even likely 30, 35, 40, and the short sellers also have to keep tight stops, or let's say a respectable stop, if they don't want to blow up their account. So, you know, will we see something here? There's also, now that I'm looking again, there's also daily resistance I have. But well, yesterday's high, let's say. Yesterday's high at 25. So we definitely want to get through this level. It seems like the setup on TTOO worked out a little bit. $22. Do I hear 23? 24. Well, that bid is not going to do much. 15. It's the third time, so waiting. Waiting patiently. Big bid. Let's see how far this gets us. It's a 100,000 share buyer there. Short sellers don't want to see that. The price action is a little tricky though. 22. So I ended up selling that position a little soon, but green stalling out, then coming back in. Come on, where are those bulls? Pastor is buying. Pastor is buying here. Come on. Cover. Cover. Can those short sellers stop? They're stubborn here. But the early ones, they will cover because they're tight stops, right? Tight stops. 37 for the high. Relentless. Oh, okay, maybe relentless a little too aggressive. No break of 40. Relentless is watching here. Waiting. Oh man. You know, sometimes the volume just comes so fast and it's like you just can't even react in time. Choppy. Maybe I stick to small size. Trying to get aggressive there, but just not quite the break of 50. There's a lot of sellers sitting. Let's see if also that bid moves up their order. That was a good pullback though. 35. Just a little lower than I expected. And that was close. There's another buyer. We see the boost. I'm not, it's like I'm like milliseconds off right now is what's happening to me in this area. So I ended up getting some losing trades, but there's barely any sellers left here, so waiting, waiting patiently. It filled some shares at 40. There's a 40,000 share buyer, 25,000 shares remaining. Are we going to fill the rest? No, yeah, we are. Okay. Yeah, 34. 34. Okay, that's not bad. Well, there's a new candle on the 5. Well, the candle on the 5 is red. It's 1 minute in. We could need a 5-minute pullback, but I kind of doubt it, but we'll see. KB, KB, don't tell me that you left out already. KB. The 1 minute candle to make the new high at 45. I tried to add for that. Volume kind of instant. Test the level. Come on. I mean, man, sometimes the timing is just so frustrating. Like, I decide to add for that, and it just goes a millisecond before I buy. Fair fill. Retest. Retest. Good. Can we break? There's a seller there. There has to be a hidden seller. All the big bids, all the big asks are gone. And yet it's still not going. Why? There's nobody left. So there must be a hidden seller of some sort that's there. So either somebody adding to a short position, somebody taking a new short position. I don't know. Maybe something else. Somebody could be taking profits too. Maybe it could be somebody taking profits. I don't know. But my guess would have to be at this point like maybe 150,000 shares. Maybe we filled like 60,000 of it. Just trying to like paint a picture in my head. But I could be completely wrong. I don't know for sure. But we're getting up to the level and not going. So will the 5th time be the charm? Will the 5th time be the charm? And if we get above 50, I'll size back up if we can hold above the level. time. It's 11 a.m. here on the East Coast. I gotta be careful of this being an actual 5-minute pullback. It might be. So we always gotta ask ourselves the same question. Where's the bottom gonna be if it is? Some buyers coming in right here. You know what? Let me go with my first instinct and not do this again. Because last time I did this. I think it'll go low. Good. Yeah, I think it'll go lower. Exactly, right there. Right. So we'll see if it holds up here, if it wants more. Reduce risk. I'll put a stop in place. Can we hold? This is fair for a 5-minute pullback, I think. Very fair. Good. See, I have to follow my initial instinct. I told myself 17, right? And why am I buying at 28? Yesterday, I think I did the same nonsense, but I got caught in the move down. Just the first instinct, and then just, even if it doesn't come down and it goes without me, I can still scalp the way back up. Because this way I can feel comfortable taking the trade. And look at that, there's a big bid. Let's see if it rushes up right here. 40,000 shares. So I'll take my trade and I'll re-average. Good trade. Good trade. Good winning trade. And that's a nice entry there. So buyers are loving this, which is great. Now, I could have held that entire trade there and hold all the way to 50, but I'm taking it off the table. A retest of the lows this quick. Wow, come on. I probably should have already cut this. I'll cut it for 3-4 cent loss. But yeah, that was a good trade. But disappointing to see it come back to test the lows here at 19. We should have held mid-20s and kept going. But there's another big bid, 17,000. It's pretty good. Yeah, hopefully this goes to $5, man. We've got ourselves green, which is good. I almost shut it down. I almost left out in that moment, man. That was close. I'm gonna take the trade again. You guys know that I like the second time.
A layout.
So
started
right now it just depends on how low is it gonna go. Okay. There's a ton of selling coming in. I'm not aggressive with my size here, but I like the entry. This time I might just try and hold it long for like 10-15 minutes, depending on how it curls. We'll see how well we hold. Will we? Can we? Come on. Come on. It's good. It's a seller. There's a buyer rather. There's a buyer there of 100,000, but I thought it might have broke below, so I was getting ready to re-average. Okay, I think I'll try and hold this position all the way back to 50. It's a small position, but you know, if this ends up being strong here, I'll try and hold this to 50 for the 5-minute setup. So I'm gonna sit back, I'm gonna relax, and if this stock ends up being strong, I should be selling about 35, 40, 50, anywhere that I feel like I want to take profits. What will it be? I do want to see us back over 25 eventually. $13. Do I need to re-average again? Let me make sure to prep because I think I will. But you know, I still have to make sure we're not on the backside. There's a chance we are on the backside here. But I think my risk is limited. You know, I don't mind taking a loss. Hopefully it doesn't flush down though. Although I think it looks pretty bullish. We are above VWAP. There's another big bid, 44,000, right? So let's just sit back and see what this does. Let's see what this does. 38, shares are getting filled, 30, 29, 26, 25, 23, 22, 19. So this time I'll be patient. The only thing here is that I should have had 3,000 shares, but that's okay. So chat, what do you guys think is going to happen here? Am I going to be able to sell some shares up at 50? Or am I being delusional? Which one? Well, there's 40, and it's moving faster than I even expected, so that's good. Short sellers covering. I might also scalp this too. I mean, I have another order entry window here. This is the 5-minute setup that we know and love. This is it. I'm going to get ready for break of 50 with a big position. But like I said, I should have been in 3,000 down there though. You know, that's kind of the only thing. But great move here so far. When I do start scalping, it'll throw off my cost basis, so I'll have to watch out for, like, you know, that. But yeah, I want to scalp it because there'll probably be opportunities if it's really strong. So again, you know, guys like Raphael in our Discord, the big short sellers, right here is where they start sweating again because the stock is curling up so aggressively. People are buying up the lows. You know, this is where they start to say, man, you know, maybe I might have to cover. And as I'm saying all this in like a joking way, I'm being that serious. But, you know, and hopefully, you know, this is where the value comes in for those people who are still watching for free. Even me saying all of this is kind of like giving out a lot of information because it's the thought process of how I'm approaching the market, right? Which is valuable. So hopefully you guys appreciate it on YouTube and hit the thumbs up because we definitely could be just streaming for the MMU members only. Granted that you guys can't see my level 2 or anything like that, you know, still, it's pretty valuable. The thought process behind how I'm looking to take the trade. As long as this doesn't flush down hard, I don't mind holding here still. This could be one of those areas where they try to get people to sell and then it comes back up. Which happens, you know, quite a bit. They call it like stop hunting or something. But this 5-minute candle I think looks good. The only thing I'd want to see is more volume over time in the next minute and a half. And I'll be patient with my remaining position. And let's see what this does. In fact, 25 might have been an ad spot. I should have probably added again. It's lacking. Yeah, probably should have added there. It would increase my average cost maybe to like 18 or like 17, but right now though right now my only risk here is if this instantly flushes down like 20 cents. Other than that, you know, I just need to just keep active, paying attention to level 2, paying attention to the candlesticks, look for any early warning signs that I might need to get out or maybe need to add back. So right now is not time to go fry an egg and set a stop. right now it's time to keep paying attention. Because people is, I'm saying that I know a guy that does that, but he holds a little longer. Shout out to Troy, man. Shout out to those of you who are tuning in from Texas. So let's see, still waiting. Again, it could be another 5 to 15 minutes of me waiting, depending on how it plays out. But I'm hoping we see 50 here for a new high of day. The candle closed. The volume wasn't as high as I would have liked, but I'm still watching. What was the high? 40, 43. This is why adding is hard to do. Like, I mean, adding is hard, right? And like right now I feel very comfortable here because there's distance in between where I'm in and where the market price is. But if I add, my average cost, my cost basis probably comes up to 20. And it's like if it drops to 23, it's like, you gotta already start thinking, are we failing or is it just, but being in at 12 right now, it's like, let's give it time and just see what it wants to do. So again, people in the mid 20s, maybe buying again. So let's see how well it starts to come up. Hopefully this can take me to the moon and we can get a nice trade here. Maybe they can add this one to the classes. For those of you watching on YouTube, be sure to hit the thumbs up. If you are a new viewer, consider subscribing to our channel. I go live each and every weekday morning around 9:15 a.m. It's currently 11:12 a.m. here on the East Coast. Market time. I do take these trades every now and again, but it's not that often because the circumstance has to be right. I have to also execute properly. But from time to time, you guys will see me in a longer trade like this. In fact, when it comes to holding for like more than 5-10 minutes in a trade, this is kind of like my main setup for that. It seems like it might be struggling. I don't know though. I'll keep watching. I do have a trailing stop in mind, of course. And there it is, gonna hit and get out. If it gets back up, I'll scalp. So it's not gonna get to 50 before stopping me out. And was that just some stop hunting? Because we're right back at 30. Prep a small position in case volume comes in. What a way to get me out of stock. Come on. But when that's happening, there's a 50% chance that turns into a big flush red candle. So I have no choice. I told myself 10 cents trailing stop. So I'm out at 22.18 area there. But it's right back up. And I can scalp it if it wants to keep going though. Yeah, I do use market orders. I do use mostly market orders. On some stocks with big spreads, I will use limit orders. I'll use pure limit orders or limit orders with offsets that I have built into my DAS platform. Marcelo, on the other hand, I think he's mostly market orders as well, but a lot of the times he'll use the offsets. More so than I do, I think. YELL. Can we get one last hurrah? One last hurrah to end this day, this beautiful day. Right now, I'm just waiting on volume. The moment volume hits this stock, I will be buying. But, for everybody else, as you guys know, do not try to copy trade me. That's a recipe for disaster, all right? You have to understand the strategy, learn how to trade, gain experience and screen time for yourself. You have to be competent. You can't go in, if, picture it like this, right? If there's a doctor that's a professional that's been doing it for a while, and then you go into the hospital the next day and just try to copy what the doctor is doing, you're just going to kill patients. AKA, you're going to kill your bank account. So do not try to copy me. There's like there's something specific that I'm trying to look for. Even though volume is coming in now, the stock's still not going, right? So I cannot be any more blunt. And I think it's good to be blunt in these type of situations to save people, help people. Because trading from the outside world can seem easy, but it's like every other business or field out there. It takes time for anybody to get good at anything. Nobody's immediately good at everything that they do. Ooh, did I not get? I don't think I caught that fill. I sold a half second. And okay, it's struggling though. Like we should be mooning here. Every time I size up, the inconsistency comes on the stock. So we held up 44 area, good. 61 for the highs. I don't think I caught that move. Yay, nay. Where are the bulls, man? Short sellers should be on the run right now. Shouldn't even be a debate here whether or not this should be going higher. What's going on? So it makes me think right here, being that we're not flying up, like, are people adding to their short positions? Like, what's going on right here, right? Or is it just not enough buying? Because I would have liked to think that short sellers would really just say, you know what, I'm done with this thing over that new high. Or are they averaging up? Dangerous to do. Very dangerous to do. Very dangerous to do indeed. I'm going to be a little active here. Come on. The 1 minute candle to make the new high is 10 seconds out. Can we get back over 50 and start to... I feel like I'm starting to get a headache. Maybe it's time to shut it down. 50. I'll probably give this stock 10 minutes. I mean, it looks so good on the chart, but or am I being impatient here? That could also be the case. Sometimes it's not exactly how you envision or expect it to be. If it was what I thought it was going to be, we would have been halted at 490. But that's not what happened. At 50 on that breakout, I'm in and I'm watching the seller go down, right? The shares are getting filled. And we go from like 50,000 to 20,000. It starts to slow down. I'm like, there's not enough buyers here. I need to get out. So I don't think I got to fill at 60. Like, what's happening here? 38 from 61, 36. It's like I get into a rhythm. Like this, what's happening right now is kind of throwing me off, you know? So, the best thing for me is to not really take trades yet. I like to take trades if the stock is in a certain type of sequence where it's moving in a manner that's somewhat predictable. So even though we had this consolidation just now, I would like to think, can we hold 40 and then curl back up to 50, try again at the highs? But instead, we're making a new low. So are we seeing a 5-minute pullback here? I know I got a couple of messages on Discord. I'll check them out later. And this might be a good time to also remind the people that you guys have to be careful of fake relentless trader accounts and fake accounts in general from our lead here in the relentless trading community. There's a lot of fake impersonators pretending to be me. And, there are some ways you can, protect yourself, right? First, I do not message anyone randomly. So if you get a message from somebody looking like relentless trader, it's a fake. All right, that's the first sign. That alone is the first sign. Second, I will never ask you guys to send me money. I do not do mirror trading, options trading. I will never ask you to contact me using Telegram or WhatsApp. And there's even a new one. There's even a new one that they're trying to tell people that they can sell them MMU via PayPal. So I will never ask you to pay me via PayPal either. I will never ask you guys to send me money. I'll never ask you guys to buy MMU via PayPal, right? The only way you can possibly buy MMU is through the website that is provided down below. So do not send money. In fact, the course already is on sale, 40%. I will never sell the course to anybody for $100. All right, so if it's too good to be true, it is. All right, so be careful. I'm going to make a video on that today. I have some screenshots that people have sent in. Yesterday, I kind of got caught up a little bit behind schedule, but today I'll put out a disclaimer video going over the new tactics that these people are using. Because again, it's not just bots. It's actual people sitting there thinking how they can scam. Why can't they just do a job that's going to produce and add to the world, But not everyone has a good mind. Not everyone is pure. Where there's light, unfortunately, there's also a shadow, darkness. But imagine how nice it would have been if everyone was just, good intentions. So we are getting a 5-minute pullback back to 25. I don't know, man. I mean, this could be a great dip or it's backside. Maybe it's a great dip. So we're back. There's a 10-cent bounce already. I should have took it. I did think about it, but was like, okay, we'll just leave it alone. I'm being a little bit more conservative right now to protect the profits. Yeah, I also do not do Bitcoin. So be careful, guys. I'm gonna create a full list of things that they're doing, and these people are not stopping, man. He banned them. They try to rejoin under different names. They're creating fake accounts on Instagram, TikTok, fake Discord accounts. At that point, they might as well put the effort into becoming like a trader or something else. Like it's like if you're gonna be that consistent, you do something good, and then you can make it, you know. But the easy road is never the good road. In fact, what they're doing is fraudulent and it's criminal in activity. Um, and you know, there is such there is such a thing as karma, and what you put in is what you get out. And so, you know, they will have whatever's coming for them. Whatever's coming for them, you know, they'll have to deal with it. The law, prison. Momo Pro. Yeah, I can give you a walkthrough. This thing isn't really moving. So let's see. Let's come on up to the top. When you first log in and sign up, you'll see a couple of different things. There's a stream, which is AKA a high-low ticker, and there's a couple of other things. The popular section. These stocks here are pulled from across a couple of different like websites, popular like trading websites. I think maybe even Discord as well to provide like a list of stocks that some people are watching at. So okay, but yeah, YELL is up there, right? Coming down, you have the alert section, which is tied to either conditional alerts or halt alerts. You can set alerts for particular stocks or particular criteria, right? There's particular criteria that you can set alerts for. For me, I just want to see halted stocks here, so that's what I'm looking for. There's a news tab, so when you come down, you know, let's say YELL, which I believe someone mentioned to me was bankruptcy 2 days ago. Where is it? YELL. Why is it grouped together like this? YELL SC. Yeah, I think this has something to do with bankruptcy. So you can come here, of course. There's a, you know, you don't have to really leave the platform for that. But in terms of what I utilize the most, I utilize the stream and primarily down here the discovery section, which is AKA like a gap scan. And there are certain filters. There's a no filter filter, which is very broad. I do have my own filter in here that we can go to, Relentless Momo, which will tighten things up and show us more of the stocks that we've been trading today. Stocks like BJDX, COOK, YELL. But most of the times I just leave it on the no filter filter because it's very broad and it includes stocks below $1. So when I'm doing my pre-market watch list, I'm usually coming here to see, you know, what's moving, what's not, you know, and I compile my watch list. But this is very good. This gap scan is amazing. What the platform needs to improve on is the high-low stream. And what they're missing is a filter which can allow you to you know, scan for percentage gain. You know, let's say, hey, if something isn't above 40%, I don't want to see it. So whilst this shows me all the stocks that I'm trading right now, it still shows me a lot of other stocks that I don't need to see, which can be a little noisy at times. And you know, I spoke to this guy Brent, man. He's a great guy, amazing guy, also from Texas. So shout out to Texas once again. Those of you who are down there. He's like the owner of Bomo Pro. But they're, well, how did he describe it? He said it's something that they're going to do, but there's like a long list of like updates they're working on, you know, relentlessly. So it's been a while. It's been like a few weeks since I spoke to him, or maybe like a few months, maybe like 2 months, 3 months. I got to give him a call, and kind of, you know, remind him like, hey, like, you know, this scanner is not just for small cap traders, it's for everybody. But what I need to let him know is that, hey, like, once you add this update in, you can dominate the space for every small cap trader. And because this platform is $30 a month, Other platforms, I'm pretty sure, is like $100, $50, $300, which makes no sense. Why in the world am I paying that much money for a scanner, right? Now, there are free scanners like Thinkorswim. You can make scanners on Thinkorswim, I think, but some people even watch scanners on YouTube. But what I say is that, I want to be self-sufficient. If that person streaming that scan on YouTube stops streaming it, I still need to have my own stuff. Like, I don't want to rely on anybody else. I want to be, self-sufficient here. So yeah, $30, and then you have my discount, which is called Relentless, or 25% off for 6 months. Uh, yeah, but that's essentially Momo Pro. Um, if you want, what I can do too, over one of these weekends, is put out like an updated video going over my filters. Although most of them are like the same. Um, I can also probably put screenshots in Discord of my filters that I'm using now. That way you guys can just copy them and then, make your own for whatever else you might want to see. There is a forum, which, you can go read up everything about the platform. Like if you want to, like, you know, build some sort of alert, for example, like you can see what each component means. And so you know what to add into your filters to get what you want to see. But I think this might be the day. We got ourselves fairly green. We were about to leave out with $200 an hour ago. It seems like sticking around today was worth it. Although I did miss that beautiful break of 4 right here. Where was it? No, down here. It's a 415, man. If I'm in there 1,500 shares, 3,000 shares, can I make 8 cents, 7 cents? That would have been nice. For those of you who are also using TraderView, right, be sure to check out those coupons that the Nightbot. Speaking of Nightbot, after this, yeah, this just like the work. When you start your own business, you think that you're not gonna have to work as much as you do at the 9 to 5. You have to work more. Even when I'm done, like yesterday, I didn't finish till 7:30, man, and I still didn't do everything I wanted to do on the day. So I'm gonna head out and take things in a different direction. So for those of you who are also using TraderView to map your metrics, be sure to use the coupon codes that are being provided down below. All right. So with that being said, it's been a great day. I hope you guys have all done well, especially those of you in MMU. For those of you on the YouTube stream, likewise. And for anyone going the distance all the way to 4 p.m. at the close, some of you guys might even be trading in after hours. Last year, we had a couple of people that would trade even in after hours, long days, 10-hour days. Continue